Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahweh Shai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahweh Shai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakadash, up honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Grippenstone, real well, and the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, preaching the gospel of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, sincerity and truth, and diligence of mind. This is Brahmanash DC camp, with another simple lesson to edify the hopeful elect. Yeah, so, we're getting close to the wire. In fact, we're already on the wire. We're getting towards the time when I'm not going to be able to go out there on the highways and byways and do the work, all right? Because we know how it is as per the prophecies of the Lord that is specified in the Holy Scriptures. So it's letting us know ahead of time that the famine of the world is coming, and I can gotta prepare for the dark days that are ahead of us. And that's the reason why we have these precepts, okay? So I'm going to read Luke chapter 8, verse 16. All right, so I'm going to start with this precept. It says, no man, when he had lighted a candle, covered it with a vessel and put it under a bed, but set it on a candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light. All right, and that's what it boils down to, okay? Because this knowledge that the Most High has given us was meant to show our people that there's a way out of this darkness, out of the philosophies of this world that these Edomites have ruled over. And that our people need to understand that the time of ignorance is almost over, and they need to, use the opportunity that's been set before them to gain this knowledge. All right, because ignorance is not something you should be proud to be, to hold on to, man. It's better to know than not know. All right, that's what wisdom is all about. Okay, wisdom and knowledge and understanding. All right, that's the basis of things. You have to have a foundation. Knowing is just the foundation. And then when you start to understand and apply it, you're ready. All right, you're ready for life. All right. So that's exactly what it boils down to, because you can't see you are alive without having this word. All right, without having understanding and without being able to apply that understanding, okay, to your situation on a daily basis. All right, because we're all gonna have an opportunity to have the application of this word. All right, to be possible. Okay, whether on the plantation or you're out there on the highways and byways, whether you're at home, whether you're out there at the grocery store, in your daily conversations, with people you meet up and down, while you're conducting business, or let me say commerce, you're have an opportunity to apply this wisdom. So it's better to get it and to grow. Okay, so you shouldn't be shy when it comes to to growth. Just like Apostle Gabar, made a lesson, a beautiful lesson. I didn't really get a chance to watch the video itself, but I know that from the topic itself, it's saying that comfort and growth cannot coexist. All right. So if you want to grow, you have to put in the time. You have to put in the dedication. You have to put in the mental, the mental capacity, to get in there. You have to put something in for you to get something out of it. All right, just like Scripture says, you reap what you sow. All right, so you have to pray that the Lord Yahweh Shai gives you the boldness to learn as much as you can. All right, so so you could make others grow too, because this knowledge is going to be helpful to you and to others that hear you. The Scripture often says that. All right. So another precept is going to be from the book of 1 Timothy chapter 4. I'm going to start from verse 12. It says, Let no man despise their youth. All right, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example to the believers. All right, be thou an example of the believers. All right, in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. All right, and that's exactly what Luke 8:16 is about. So you could give light to the people in the room, so you could provide understanding to those people in the room. That's the reason why this knowledge is, has been distributed to brothers. That's why brothers had different lots, so you could share this knowledge with the people and make them realize that the only way out of these predicaments that we are in, whether United States, whether in the Caribbean, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, you know, it's through the Holy Scriptures. All right. Then it says, "Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine." So those are pillars you need to hold on to. All right. For you to have a strong foundation, you have to understand the materials that that you're gonna be dealing with. That's why reading is fundamental. Then exhortation, encouragement, building and all that. Building up brothers, because you can't do this work by yourself. That's why the Lord Yahushai, talked about laborers. That the harvest is plenty, and that more laborers are needed. Okay, and then doctrine. The principle you have to stick with. Not to waver from what the Lord has already said before us. Because this gospel is not open to everyone on the face of the earth. It's only for the nation of Israel, all right? The so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans, and the Israelites spread out throughout the four corners of the earth, all right? So it's an Israelite only, doctrine, all right? And then it tells you the role that the other nations are going to play, all right? And that's what it boils down to. Okay, there is no replacement of the words of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai. All right, then verse 14 says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy. All right, so it's all by the Lord Yahushai, that is knowledge, that you're going to get it, okay? With the laying on of the hands of the presbytery. All right, so it's all prophecy, you don't see the elders going from state to state laying hands on brothers, bless them with the words. It's talking about their works. All right, the works of your hand, this gospel. When you hear the knowledge, it's basically your work. Your work represents your hands. Your hands represent your works. That's why you have a scripture that talks about, when through weak hands, the building comes, becomes how you say it, uninhabitable, falls into into shambles and all that. That's what it boils down to. You have to keep your hands on the plow, and keep your eye on the business. That's what works is all about. Okay. And that's what the Lord Yahushua Shai has called us to do, to learn to focus and to get the work done. All right. And then another precept is going to be from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9. I'm going to read verse 10. So it says, "Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, no device, no knowledge, no wisdom in the grave whither thou goest." And that's what the Lord Yahushua is letting us know. While you are alive, this is the best time to get a work done, man. There is no oh, I didn't get a chance to do this, I'm sorry, oh Lord, and all that. Well, if you've made a vow, or when you've made a vow to the Lord, you have to fulfill it. The scripture tells you that, there is no turning back once you've made that commitment, So you have to. You have to fulfill that contract that you've agreed to. And that's the reason why the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai or always said, let your yeah be yeah and your nay be nay. All right, you can't be double-minded when you come to serve the Lord. All right, you have to be straight to the point. You gotta keep things simple. All right, there's no middle ground. All right, there is no negotiation. All right, it's about stick with the program and get the job done, and that you receive your reward at the end of the day, which is salvation. All right, that is your primary reward, salvation. All right, and everything else that comes after it, it's just extra. Just beautification. Okay, once you've been saved, that's it. Once you've been saved from the destruction that's coming upon the face of the earth, all right, the nuclear missiles, the so-called what you call it, uprisings of the people. When you read Isaiah chapter 19, the civil wars, civil unrest, and all that. All the dangers of this world. Once the Lord delivers you from that, that's it. All right. So that's why it's very important, you hold on to what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has put before you, before us. All right. And then another one, it's going to be from the book of Proverbs, chapter 8. All right, let's look at verse 33. It says, hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not. And this is exactly what the Lord, is letting us know. You have to go from little to medium to large. Just like you have, making videos and all that stuff. Being at camp. These are just the basics. But after a while, you're gonna start, making 3 videos a week, 7 videos a week, and when the Lord blesses you to do more, you do more. All right. And even got brothers that go out, to do the work twice in a week, and that's a beautiful thing. So you gotta put our all into this. So, you have to pray that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah strengthens your mind, strengthens you spiritually, so you're able to withstand, the requirements to do this work. All right. The verse 34 said, blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my door. All right, this is one of my favorite precepts. When you read Matthew chapter 24, verse 46, it tells you, all right, blessed is the servant, whom his Lord finds so doing when it cometh. That's what it boils down to. Be on your watch, be on your P's and Q's, paying attention to details. And that's exactly what the Lord requires of us. And that's one thing I have to really work on, to tighten up and tighten up and tighten up, tighten up. If every brother, knows that they have to tighten up and tighten up and tighten up, because that's exactly what the word of the Lord is about. It reveals, what you need to do and what, and the best way for you to go about it and go about accomplishing it. Okay. So that's exactly what the Lord is about. Growth. There's no such thing that you've reached the maximum, your maximum potential. All right. So another precept is going to be from the book of Sirach, chapter 43. I'm going to read verse 30. It says, when thou glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. All right. So just imagine that, whatever you're doing to serve the Lord, always know that you can still do more. Even when you do more, you know, to the Lord, he knows that you're trying. And then as you keep on trying and you're doing and you're doing and doing and you're doing more, you understand that, man, you can still do more. You can still do more. You can still do more. Because the depths of this knowledge is immeasurable. All right, it's innumerable. You can't quantify it. You can't measure it. That's what the Spirit is. The wellspring of life. And no never-ending flow of spring. Never-ending spring. All right. So it's just keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going for eternity. That's what is what the Lord, makes you, to think that what you're doing is just the basics, and there's always room for growth. All right, that's what it's all about. Room for growth, room for growth, room for growth. Because the seed always keep on bearing seed and bearing seed and bearing seed and bearing seed, right, when it's planted upon good soil. All right. All right. So you're never satisfied with being in one spot. You're always moving on to the next level. So another precept is from the book of Mark. Mark chapter 8, verse 34. So it says, and when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. All right. So it's that simple. It's letting you know that you have to give up certain things, and then you have to accept the responsibility of doing the work. So the cross here is saying, and take up his cross. What's your cross? This word, right? Your lot, according to the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right? Because brothers have different lots in this truth. Whatever amount the Lord has given you, that is your lot. Okay, whatever gift the Lord has given you, that is your lot. And you have to use that gift for the edification of the body. All right? So it says, Whosoever will come after me, if you want to come serve the Lord and do the work and do the will of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, Bashim Kwakadash, let him deny himself. All right, you have to deny yourself certain pleasures of this world. All right, it's not telling you that you have to. Let me see how you put it. You have to neglect your responsibilities. He's telling you that certain things that you could do without, you have to let it go. All right, meaning trim the fat. Trim the, what you call it, the things you could live without. The excess of this world. All right, and take up his cross and follow me. And that's what it's all about. It's about putting down one load and choosing, what is valuable and moving on. All right, so you're trading, the what you call it. You're trading the appetizer for the, for the entry. All right, just like you're trading an old vehicle that you don't need for a better vehicle. That's what it's about. Okay, and then it says in verse 35, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. All right, so it's basically an attitude adjustment. That's what Yahweh Shai is letting us know. All right, in this passage. All right, it's basically an attitude adjustment, mental shift. All right, from letting the things of this world dominate our mindset. Okay, so another precept is going to be from the book of Proverbs, chapter 4. Let me see, 4 and 18. All right. So it says, but the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. And that's exactly what the Lord is letting us know. All right. He doesn't just say shining, it says shining more and more. So it's going to go from a lower intensity to medium intensity to higher intensity. The intensity is going to keep on getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. That's what this word of the Lord does to you. Okay, it sharpens your your mindset. All right, it gives you that keen eyesight, that spiritual eyesight that you really need. It provides it to you. All right, and that's what the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is all about. All right, to bring light to the nation of Israel, so that our people can be delivered from the destruction that's coming upon the face of the earth. All right, from the judgments that the Lord is bringing. All right, and then to keep the video short and brief, I'll read from the book of John, chapter 9, verse 4, and it reads, let's see. All right, John chapter 9, verse 4 says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. All right, and it's that simple. I can need to remember this precept. All right, John chapter 9, verse 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. Okay, so when Esau society is at its highest level of wickedness, understand that you will be having difficulties doing the work. Okay, and that's what the night represents. And while you have the opportunity to do it, represents the daytime. Okay, so that's why it says, I read it again, John chapter 9, verse 4. I must walk the works of him that sent me while it is day. All right, so it's basically, common sense. While you have the opportunity to get something done, you do it. You don't procrastinate. All right, you get your oils, you get your, get your wick ready, you get your vessel ready, so you could have light wherever you go. Then it says, the night cometh when no man can work. So when is the best time for you to get the work done? While you have the opportunity. No one, you don't see a farmer out there in the middle of the night, tilling the ground, harvesting. That's not the best way to harvest. Even though you see them, that's not the best way. When you see them doing that, they have lights on their tractors and all that. That's not the best time, to be working. So you just have to be be wise about it and let the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai guide you. All right, so that's just the point that I came. Hope you've been edified, and I pray that Lord Yahweh Shema Shai continues to make your light to shine, because being in the dark is not a joke. You can't be groping in the dark and expect progress. So you have to have the opportunity to do things during the daytime, while you have a chance to do it. All right, Shalom.